Hello, Gemini. Thank you for watching. We are going to do a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of June. Happy birthday, by the way. This is Gemini seasons. Hope that you are having a wonderful birthday wish for those of you who celebrate. Let's go ahead and get started for Gemini. So, what's Gemini's overall energy? So, you have the Devil coming out and the Star as your overall energy. Capricorn, Aquarius energy. Let's get some more cards. I just want to lay out all the cards and see what's going on. Subconscious influences for Gemini. What is going on with Gemini? What does Gemini want? What is the past for Gemini? What is Gemini coming out of? So you're having some challenges making things work, manifesting here. You feel like you're having challenges. The challenge position is your card, Gemini. It could also be Virgo. I consider the magician Gemini, Virgo energy. Subconscious influence is the Ten of Wands. So there's something that you're letting go of, that possibly something that you're trying to let go of something, because I also see as your overall energy being the devil but also with the star. It's like you're possibly coming out of a period where you were feeling shocked or trapped by something. And when I say shocked, I don't know why I said shocked. It just like came out. But it was like, it's more like not like physically shocked, like electricity, but I'm saying for some of you, be careful with that. I don't know, like fires and stuff like that. But what I mean more so is like possibly a situation where you just didn't, it took a turn and you just didn't see that turn coming. So you're left in this, so you're coming out of this kind of Seven of Cups situation where you were like, what just happened? What just played out? Or you had a lot of options and now there's someone that you are thinking about, that you are determined to be with. This person may be at a distance, and yeah, the challenge is working thing is making something manifest with them, but I feel like you want to give to the individual. You want to work something out with the individual. The individual, yeah, this is what your want and desired. So you want to work something out possibly with another Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Capricorn. You're also trying to balance yourself out, like coming out of some ending and trying to balance yourself out, coming out of something that you felt very attached to also. It's like trying to go towards your future, towards your destiny. I feel like what is going to be your friend, what your power is right now, what's going to help you really is going to be buckling down and sticking to it, planning, staying focused, taking your time, and having patience. I don't know if something feels very mundane and you feel stuck and trapped. And it could be a job, it could be you just feeling stuck and trapped energetically when it comes to a person or a place. You could be feeling trapped in a relationship where you feel trapped because you're still pondering and thinking about someone from the past and you can't seem to move on. It could just be a feeling that you have. But it's like you're kind of getting there, but it is a challenge. Because I feel like you're kind of moving away from this devil energy more into more Aquarius energy, where it's a little bit more hopeful, optimism, positive. But it is a journey here because Aquarius energy, the star to me is, the star is in the distance. A star is far away, but it's attainable. It's just going through it. You're going through it. You have to go through it, and you have to stay focused. That's how you come out ahead. That's how you come out as this magician, as having learned and gained all that wisdom and experience and knowledge to be able to manifest. Um, but it's kind of like you're kind of going through that right now. Um, what does Gemini need to know? So that came out with the Three of Swords, the Ten of Cups. So, I mean, you would know if you're dealing with a broken heart. There could be someone that's dealing with a broken heart around you, or this is happening. You may be breaking someone's heart, someone broke your heart. There was an ending to a relationship, possibly because someone had options, they took a different direction, a different path. For some of you, maybe you chose a friend, or you chose somebody else, or they did that to you. But I just feel like for some of you, if you're dealing with someone, especially the male, the masculine energy watching, if you are dealing with a situation that you still feel kind of trapped and you still think about someone, I feel like that person still is in some type of heartbreak, or you hurt someone and they're still thinking about this and they're still attached to it. But your challenge is making it work with them. I feel like for a lot of you, specifically, and this is for masculine and feminine, if you stay focused, it's like this Ten of Cups is looking directly at this Knight of Pentacles. It's like staying focused, staying on your path, buckling down. I feel like doing the things that you need to do, whether it's your work, work, career, working out, physical health, whatever it is that you're into. I feel like there needs to be a focus and a buckling down here. And you may actually meet somebody new, while working or being out and about, just focusing. All right, what advice, best advice for Gemini? So for a lot of you, I feel like have fun. Page of Wands, have fun, but also if there's someone, and this, I feel like there's someone, for those of you, if someone you want to reach out to, especially if you're a masculine energy, I feel like reach out. I feel like it's saying reach out. Let's get some more cards and clarify. Tell me about this Seven of Cups in the past. Yeah, Ten of Swords, some type of ending. For some of you, it may be some type of ending that you didn't see coming, that surprised you again, that was kind of a shocker to you. You possibly didn't see coming, or for some of you, this is straight up like someone had options, someone was playing the field, someone had a third party. Maybe you didn't realize someone had a third party and you feel like you got played, or maybe you did the playing around, but whatever the case is, it was some type of hurtful ending here, and it did lead to the Three of Swords. So you may have been in a situation for some of you where with someone that you didn't really realize how happy they made you at the time until this came to an end. That's one scenario. I'm also seeing that something came to a painful ending with someone that possibly you were dating, you were seeing, and I feel like what you don't know is that you both make each other happy and you both actually miss each other, especially for the masculine. I feel like you're struggling to let something go, to drop some drama, drop some baggage. Yeah, you want to, for a lot of you too, it's like, especially for the feminine energy, you want to meet, you want to date, you want to go out, but you may be feeling like you're not meeting anyone that gives. There's like a lack of equal give and take. You're not finding anyone that really is grabbing your attention or interest that much. And for some of you, you really have to try to focus on dropping something that didn't work out in the past that's over, because it's like you're still stuck to that. And so the challenge is if you want to date, you want this new love, but you're having an issue manifesting that because you still have this baggage floating around. You may compare everyone that you meet to this person. This person's not as is not as good as the last person, and they're not as good as that person, and they don't look as good. They don't, you know, just holding on and not being able to drop baggage. Some of you may be coming into relationships with baggage, but I'm seeing it more the other way. I'm seeing it more the other way. There's a lot of being guarded and being closed off for some of you as well. So what is this devil energy about? Yeah, sadness, 5 of Cups, missing someone. With the Emperor card, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio. We have pretty much everybody out here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Aries here, possibly even Taurus, especially like Taurus moon energy. Um, you may be feeling sad over, there's like a lack of control here, or someone's behavior was very, what they had a lot, someone was not able to control their their behavior. They may have acted out of fear, acted out of ego, acted like getting someone who possibly acted crazy and they regret that. Crazy, like, just really jealous, um, just kind of psychotic and not being in your power. And so it could have like abruptly chased, ended an energy out of some like a major argument, out of just this also looks like being someone just like control powers, control conflict. I'm getting like a lack of like fighting when it comes to like controlling. What am I trying to say? You guys just having like a battle of who's in control. Like who is the masculine in this relationship? Who's going to be softer and feminine? Some of you could just miss an Aries. I feel like someone does regret their behavior though. King of Wands. Yeah, someone could have acted very hastily. But I do feel like a desire to go towards someone. I do feel like you have a desire to go towards someone. You also have a desire to date, even if it's not going towards a person in the past. It's like you have this desire to date, but a lot of you are still looking towards the past instead of looking towards the future. And that's why it's like, okay, my plan is you say out loud, I'm going to date, I'm going to do this, and you're making all these actions, but subconsciously it's like looking towards this past, and then energy is moving forward, and then it stops and it retracts. And it's like, what you have to make up your mind. I know that's a lot easier said than done, but you have to drop the baggage. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Drop the baggage. Some of you possibly just did not pay attention to red flags when it came to a situation. And it could even be your own red flags, your own fears, either you or someone else. So it's like, okay, where to go? Some of you are trying to make a decision. There's a major decision on what to do next. How do you move forward? How do you move on? How do you manifest happiness? How do you move to the next level in your life? Tell me about this Page of Wands as advice. I feel like what it's saying is to be really clear with yourself. Clear with yourself and clear with others. Don't leave people hanging. Don't live in fantasy and la la land. If it's someone that you want to talk to from your past, for some of you, I feel like reach out. If the person says no, if you've reached out and the person has said no, or they've been non-responsive, that is not the person for you. So there is a need for you to be clear with yourself and not be in the 7 of Cups energy, which is of illusion and confusion, right? Because that's going to lead to the Ton of Swords, to disappointment and to being hurt. Others of you, I do feel like what you don't know for some of you is that you are in a situation where I feel like both of you really do miss each other, because this is what you don't know. So either you don't know you're sad, but you probably would know that. But so what this means to me is that there's someone and you don't know that they miss you. What's the probable outcome? Probable outcome. I feel like there's going to be conversation and it could lead to happiness. So, what is the probable outcome and new opportunities? Probable outcome, Six of Cups, and new opportunities. New opportunities for Gemini. New op- yeah, I do feel like Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like you're going to take action, especially if you're the masculine energy. I feel like you're going to take action here. And I do feel like you're going to reach out to someone, and really it's from there. It goes from there, it's you have free will. The cards don't necessarily say it talks about the energy that's in the air. It doesn't necessarily say this is what's going to happen, because you have free will and the ability to change things. And you have more free will, the more self-awareness you have. So the more self-awareness you have, the more free will you have, because then you have the options to act out of a place of, am I making the right decision here? Am I doing what's right? Versus being on auto react and being an ego and being jealous. And then there's not a lot of room there for free will and making decisions, because you're acting out of just auto reaction and being in la la land and being working off of your emotions. Now emotions are important, but just over, emotional, being over emotional and crazy, and or letting ego stop you from reaching out to someone who you really want to reach out to. For those of you who are in that boat, because there's some of you where you need to just move on because there's somebody that is possibly not interested and they could be in another relationship, and that's what you don't know. And then there's others of you, but I feel like you'll know that by reaching out, or you've already reached out and so you have your answer. And so there's a need for you to be clear with yourself. And then there's others of you where I feel like there is a relationship here where you both miss each other. And you could be at a distance from each other as well, like a physical distance. So there's also planning, like how to see each other, how to communicate. But I feel like as a Gemini, you have a very clear mind, and from if you use it, you have a very clear and intelligent mind, and a very good sense of discernment and judgment, and that is your power. But it's having patience and taking the time out to focus. Well, let's get a card for how the feminine energy is feeling. Feminine energy right now, please. And this could be your energy as a feminine, whether you are a physical male or female. This could be someone that's just in this scenario, feminine energy. But let's see what the energy is for the feminine here. Love and suppression. Loves unconditionally, unselfishly, with no limitations. And then we also have suppression here. So emotionally numb, not allowing oneself to think or not allowing oneself to think or feel things, and bottling up emotions. See, when you bottle up your emotions, it leads to this. Right? It leads to being psycho and crazy, because eventually those emotions have to come out. I mean, you're a human being, right? That's part of being a human being, is having feelings. It's just going from, swinging from being loving to bottling it up. I'm open, but then I bottle it up. So it's like you're oscillating from one extreme to the end, to the other. And so there's a need to kind of like focus your energy. Balance here. Balance. Balance is key with the Six of Pentacles. Let's get a card for the Gemini masculine, or just the masculine energy, whether it's Gemini or it is an outside, someone else, a different sign, but the masculine energy in this scenario. Okay, so we have clouded. We have neglect wounds and clouded. So neglect wounds is struggling to let things go. We talked about that a little bit here with this Ten of Wands and needing to drop the baggage. Low self worth, gets angry easily, struggles to say no, repressed emotions, kind of similar to the feminine energy with suppression. Then we have clouded, unable to think clearly, unable to make decisions, poor concentration. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting throughout this reading. It's like you have the ability as a Gemini, it's an extremely intelligent sign, right? But someone is having a difficult time focusing, buckling down, probably because of this devil energy at your center here, being tied down and not being able to think and focus and plan and make the right decisions. And you're going through almost some type of depression here, major depression for a lot of you as well. And it's giving you you're having a hard time focusing, even possibly at work, when it comes to just doing the things that you need to do to move forward in life, or just general everyday things, because of this devil energy that's at the center, this energy that you are feeling regretful or sad, or you miss. The only thing you can do is reach out. And if this person is not willing to respond, then you have to find a way to move forward and to move on. I feel like staying optimistic. You may be going through swings of being really optimistic and feeling optimistic and hopeful, and then falling back into this devil energy where you're feeling the depression again. Let's get best advice for Gemini. So we have the Chariot, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower. Public recognition, it states too. Seven of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Getting away from the worry. It takes strength. It takes a lot of willpower. It's a lot easier said than done to tell someone to drop the baggage, let it go, move on. I mean, those you just don't wake up in the morning, right? And say I'm going to move on today, and then you actually move on. It's not an easy thing to do, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm just telling you move on and you'll be fine, because it's not. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's something that you have to work towards. You have to work on, and you have to find ways as best you can to help yourself move forward, and that takes this self-discipline and willpower. It's this is where the lesson is. This is the struggle, the journey. Let's go through the signs and see how the signs are feeling about Gemini. Some of you maybe need to travel and go on like a vacation. Get out of the same mundane situation. Some of you maybe even moving to a new location. And it's not running away from your fears. It's getting out of the same routine, getting out of the same thing, a change of scenery, meeting new people, new challenges, new experiences, even if it's picking up and moving to a different town. I sometimes want to do that. Not because I'm running away, but I've lived here for years. I'd like to live somewhere else. I like a change of scenery. I travel for work, so I'm always traveling, and that does help. But just a change of scenery can be very, very helpful to get away from this disappointment. Even if it's by yourself, just do it. Some of you have already done that, have already made a decision to actually pick up and go. So if you're dealing with an Aries, how does Aries feel about Gemini? How does Aries, so an Aries can't move on, or you can't move on from a Gemini. Yeah, an Aries can't move on from, I feel like it's probably mutual. If you're dealing with a Taurus, how does Taurus feel about Gemini? How does Taurus feel about Gemini? Don't lose hope. So a Taurus is trying to stay positive here. Right on top of this Taurus moon card is the Six of Pentacles and the Star, which talks about staying optimistic, don't losing hope, being on the right path, faith, determination, destiny. The Aquarius card, the Star card, does when I've seen this card come out, I've seen where, it's healing, but it's going through the struggle. It's right after the Devil card, right? So it's going through this energy. It promises you that if you follow that star, you will be okay, but you are going to learn the lesson. If you're dealing with another Gemini, how does this Gemini feel about the Gemini watching this video? They feel like you are someone who can't be trusted. If you're dealing with a Cancer, this person is dating, back into the dating scene and making the effort to move on. If Leo is fighting it, the harder I try to resist you, the weaker I become. How does Virgo feel about Gemini? How does Virgo feel about Gemini? Let's take this one. Practice forgiveness. So they may want forgiveness from you. If you're dealing with a Libra, we have worth waiting for. How does Scorpio feel? Scorpio is living a double life. I'm living a double life and I'm a different person in each. They don't have to necessarily be living a double life, but it can be that there's dishonesty there. There's a lack of honesty just on what they're doing. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, we have a waiting game. I've been slow to return, but maybe it's because I know you'll be waiting. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, how does Capricorn feel about Gemini? How does Capricorn... Right, that's way too many cards that came popping out. If you're dealing with a Gemini, excuse me, how does Capricorn feel about Gemini? How does Capricorn feel about Gemini? We have not the right time and we have escapism. So drinking seems to be the only thing that numbs my mental agony. If you're dealing with the Aquarius, how does Aquarius feel about Gemini? I'm pretending to be happy and that all is fine, but I'm miserable. How does Pisces feel about... Yeah, there's definitely an energy here of someone pretending that they're okay and they're not. And I'm not getting that just with Aquarius, but it's strong with Aquarius type energy. You don't have to be dealing with an Aquarius, but maybe they have a strong Aquarius in their chart, a strong Aquarius influence. But there's definitely that energy of pretending to be happy and not. Even with Scorpio, too, they don't necessarily have to be living this double life, but it can be the same thing where it's like they're pretending they're okay and they're not. How does Pisces feel about Gemini? How does Pisces feel about Gemini? Friendship. So with the Pisces, it says I'm more comfortable being friends than lovers. And let's go ahead and do an answer question. So think of a question, Gemini, and we'll pull an answer card for you. What is the answer to Gemini's question? What is the answer to Gemini's question, please? It says, don't stop. All right, so that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope that you stay safe and that you're doing well, or you continue to do well, or you find that happiness that you're looking for. I hope everyone does. And I will catch you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.